Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do a get ready with me video. I haven't done this in forever and just give you guys a life update, talk to you guys about things. Also, we are going to be glamming, of course. I'm just going to be doing my makeup this afternoon. I am filming an episode of Full Coverage. So I was like, let me just glam with you guys and film a video. Also today we're going to be using the Color Bloom liquid blushes from Sheglam. Thank you Sheglam for sponsoring a portion of today's video, but this is what they look like and I've talked about these multiple times on my channel, so I'm really excited that they wanted to work with me on them because they are some of my absolute favorite cream blushes. They're really great. I'll show you guys how I use them in this video, but with that being said, we're just gonna chat about things and we are going to get ready together. I haven't done one of these videos in forever, so I'm just setting up. Okay, I'm so sorry this part is like not cute, but we're gonna be glamming together. So first I'm just gonna start off with some sunscreen. I always apply sunscreen when doing my makeup just for that extra protection. Our skin is protected, and I've lately been using sunscreen kind of like just like as a facial primer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put on some foundation. I like to use the stick foundation, and I have been mixing it lately just because, girl, I just like to make it a cocktail of foundations and I like to make it as dramatic as possible. So I'm adding in a little bit of a liquid foundation to blend it out, and then I'll like mix it all together. And I really like the outcome. I think I may have put a little bit too much, but that's okay. We'll work through. I'm getting ready right now because we're gonna be filming the podcast Full Coverage. And as you guys know, me and Manny started our own podcast and I'm just like so excited about it. It's been something I really enjoy. I feel like I get to say so much because sometimes in my YouTube videos on this channel, I get to say a lot, but a lot of times my main focus is the topic of the video and I don't really trail off much. So I feel like the Full Coverage outlet has just kind of given me and Manny a platform where we can talk a little bit more about relevant things happening in the community on YouTube and in pop culture, or just stories about ourselves because we have so many because we've been friends for so long. So it's just been like a really amazing experience so far.
Oh my God, you do it so good.
And the feedback has been so positive. And as you guys know, like I like to do more lifestyle stuff now. So it's just like the perfect opportunity for me to continue that journey, if that makes sense. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of some brow freeze and we're gonna zhuzh up the brows a little bit. Full Coverage is on YouTube. It's also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you just wanna listen, you can go there and just type in FOOL Coverage, Full Coverage. It's been good, it's been exciting. But I will tell you, like with the podcast and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and like Twitter and IG story and my two brands, it has made my world a lot more busy than I kind of thought it would. So I have been a little overwhelmed lately. Like overwhelmed is a great word for how I've been feeling lately. And when I talk to you guys about this, I'm just gonna pop on a little bit of brow powder. I'm gonna use the darker brow powder for just filling in only the sparse areas on my brows. But anyways, every day I wake up and my list of things to do is just like longer than what's possible. So I've decided the next year, I kind of just wanna like take it like a little bit easier. I just feel like my plate's too full, if that makes sense. Do you ever feel like that in life? You're just like, okay, we have too much on the plate. And I wanna give everything in my life like literally make sure everything is an A+ that I'm working on in my life. But I feel like because my plate is so full now, especially this year, more so than like ever. I also have a teenager now, so that's a lot too. But it's so full that I feel like everything is not getting an A. It's getting like a B-, a C. And there are areas where I'm like, that's just not what I want, you know? So I'm just like trying to figure out life and like trying to figure out like where I can thin out the plate a little bit. So I've decided that I'm getting rid of my family. Okay, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. They are number one on my plate. I decided I'm gonna change things up next year and I'm gonna be doing like a little bit less. I don't know specifically where all that's gonna come from. I know my brands, I'll probably have to end up doing less with them because I will tell you, they are the thing that takes up such a huge amount of my time. So I just know something's gotta give there. And I know it's like all about delegating jobs, but trust me, we have employees, but at the end of the day, it's my brand. And as the owner, you know, you have to do things. You have to be a huge part of it. And I am. So it takes a toll. And then I have the podcast, which that's just something new up and growing. So I don't really plan on cutting that down any just because it's so fresh. And then YouTube. YouTube is like what started it all for me, really. So it's not an area that I necessarily am trying to cut down. You know, I love YouTube. I love this connection with you guys. I love posting. It's like, I think I love being on social media more than I love being a brand owner. I'm not saying I'm getting rid of my brands. That's not what I'm alluding to, but I do think like if I had to weigh options out, I like the connection with you guys more than the brands. So I do feel like they take up such a huge part of my life that I'm just like, okay, where can we cut? So I feel like I'm gonna have to cut some from there, and we'll see what else happens. But just a life update on like my thoughts. These are just my open rambles, my open thoughts. I have zero intentions of things I want to talk about in this video. I literally just turned the camera on and was like, I'm just gonna like truly get ready with them and just talk to them. I'm gonna add some conceal, and then I'm gonna show you these cream blushes. I'm gonna blend this out. This is our LL Beauty sponge, but I'm going to show you these cream blushes because they are so good. Actually, before we do blush, I'm just gonna add a little bit of cream bronzer, just because that's the order I always do my makeup in. I add just a little bit of bronzer before the blush, so I just wanna keep it in that order while I'm getting ready with you guys. But anyways, I sat down with no intentions, and I'm just kind of rambling with you guys, so just know you're in my open head of thoughts right now. Nothing is plotted or planned to be said, but all I know is I'm telling you how I feel, and I feel a little overwhelmed. I'm also a doer. I'm a Virgo, so I've always been like such a doer and like super unhappy being like super stagnant in life and like just chilling. It's also really unhealthy to never have a down moment, and I feel like I'm getting into that territory where I like never have a down moment, and like I'm starting to be like, okay, I just want to like literally do one day and like do nothing. I like don't ever get that, so I'm like, okay, we need to do less. But I feel like in our society, it's like hard because society's like do more, succeed, you know, all these things, and then you like forget to be a human. So girl, I'm trying to chill a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot, a little. All right, let's talk about these beautiful blushes. So as you can see here, they have 8 different shades. Now, these are some of my favorite blushes because of how liquidy and easy they blend out, but yet still give you that power punch of color. I'm gonna put over here swatches of all 8 shades so you can really see how beautiful they actually are on the skin. I also like their shade range. They have light blushes, peach blushes, red tone blushes, more pinky ones, and all the different shades of pink you could possibly imagine. In these 8 shades, these are like such good colors. One of my other things that like I'm obsessed with these blushes about is the application of them. They're so not messy. They come on a sponge brush that looks like this, and as you can see, you're not gonna get any drippage or mess because it has a funnel like tube that holds all the liquid down in it. Now, I've had some of these blushes for a long time and they have not dried out whatsoever. So girl, yes. If you want a more vibrant blush color out of this, you give them a shake like that before you use it. I always shake them before I use them. One of my absolute favorite colors, I'm gonna show you it right here. It's like a coral, but it has like a mauve undertone to it. This one is called Risky Business 104. If you're looking for a nice peach color, you're gonna wanna grab Float On 102. It's like a super pretty peachy pink. And then just like the classic pink color is Love Cake 101. So just some of my favorites there. If you're looking for more of a corally color, you could do like something like Devoted. This one is number 103. A really popular way to use these right now is putting them across the nose and giving yourself that really rosy flush, but my actual favorite way of using them is to lift the cheekbone with them. And I'll go ahead and add a little bit to the apples of my cheeks, but you'd be amazed how much a cream blush will actually like give your skin a lift. So I'm gonna do Love Cake, which is our classic pink. What I like to do is just take the little bottle and give it a good shake, and then I'll go ahead and when you open it up, you have all your cream blush right here. So you wanna apply it right through here if you're looking to lift. So I'll do one side of my face so you can see, and then I'll just blend it out with a little sponge. But my favorite thing about these is the blendability. It's pretty unreal. And it plays so well with other cream makeup, meaning it's not too thick and it's not too greasy where it's gonna move around your other cream products. So a couple light dabs, and as you can see here, I'm looking a little more flush, a little more natural, and I just have that really beautiful glowy pink touch to my cheek, which gives it a hair of a lift versus this side, which looks a little more matte, a little more flat. And I love it. So what I've been doing is I'm gonna make a little blush cocktail and use more than one shade. Let's take Risky Business, and we're just gonna add a little bit right there because I do want to be quite rosy today. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look how pretty these are. Like seriously, glowy. And I just mostly like the way these blend. Like you don't have to fight with these. They're just gonna blend right out. So there is a lot of buzz going about these blushes right now. They have over 10,000 glowing reviews on the blushes if you go on the Shein website and check them out. I kind of want to put a little bit on my nose too, just to give it a flush look. Very pretty, yes! These are lightweight, easy to wear. They last for a super long time, and the best part is Sheglam is giving you guys 15% off the entire Shein website. I will put the discount code right here, and I will have links to everything, including these fabulous blushes, right in my description box down below, so be sure and check that out, and don't forget to use the discount code for 15% off these blushes. All right, guys, now I'm just gonna add a little bit of powder to set everything, especially my under eye, because I don't want any creasing of my concealer. You guys, I normally set my makeup a little bit lighter if I'm not gonna wear it for that long. Like I won't go in as much with the powder. But for instance, tonight I'll be filming and at our film studio until probably like 10 o'clock. So I need my makeup to last me over 8 hours. So I'm like, oh my God, we gotta set it. But luckily the products I'm using are long wear. I've been asked so many times, like, when do you plan on one day just not being an influencer and only being a brand owner? And it's like, yeah, that thought has definitely crossed my mind at some point, but I think, I don't know, I feel like I've been an influencer for so long, that would be like a really weird world for me to like completely quit the influencer thing and like just do my brands. I don't know, it's like, would that fulfill me? It's really all about being fulfilled, and it's like, I don't know if that would just fulfill me. I don't necessarily have those like specific intentions. I'm gonna add just a little bit of a highlighter. Also, one of the questions you guys always ask me is about Erin. Of course, she's doing so good. She's 17, she's in her senior year of high school and just living her best life. She's really enjoying life in California and living here. I'm enjoying having her live here. She's such a blessing and such a fun like person to be around. She's like 99% of the time in a good mood, even though she's a moody teenager. And she's just like the sweetest person. Like she genuinely has the best heart, and like she's such a good person to be around. So I love having her around all the time. However, she likes to go out with her friends like every 2 seconds instead of be home, which I do understand because of her age, but I'm like, come home and hang out with me. Pause, I had to set my face. But oh, she said it good too. I was her age like not that long ago. So like I totally remember and can think about and like understand everything that she's going through at that age. So like whenever she's having drama with boys or her friends and all, and she tells me, I feel like I have pretty solid advice for her, because I'm like, I was literally your age not that long ago. She made the funniest joke, or like the other day she was like, by the way, I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeshadow. We're not gonna do anything crazy because I'm filming a podcast, and if you back the cameras up far away and I have on like really dark eyeshadow, it makes my eyeballs look sunken in. So I always try to do something light and glowy specifically for the podcast. So if you're wondering why I rarely have like extreme makeup on the pod, it's because I'm trying not to look crazy, y'all. But I'm just gonna take a light taupey brown and just blend it on my eyelid. But anyway, she was like, oh my gosh, because she was watching this lady on TV and it was like a horror movie, a horror movie. I always say that word wrong. I say all my words wrong. I'm bad at words, but anyways, and she was like, the lady went crazy and was like looking at the person like all crazy. And she was like, Laura, if you ever do that to me whenever you're old, I swear to God, I will put you in the hospital. And I was like, what? I was like, Erin, first of all, when I'm old, you're gonna be old too. We're both gonna be old together. We're not that far apart in age. And she was like, oh my God, you're right. I was like, yeah. We're gonna be old. I was like, our age difference seems so different right now because your brain's still developing. And I'm like, when you're younger, like the age gap seems so huge, but whenever you get older, it's different. I told her if she ever starts acting crazy on me, I'm gonna put her in a hospital. Ma'am, I'm just kidding. She also has a wicked sense of humor. I find that like a lot of teenage girls, especially in Gen Z, are very like hot and like serious about everything and not goofy. And Erin's very witty. She has a major sense of humor, but her sister, my mom, and me, and my mom was the freaking funniest person you'd ever meet. Like the worst thing in the world could have happened, and she was like, well, and she would just like crack a joke. So I feel like definitely me and my sister got like our lightheartedness and like our sense of humor through my mom. And Erin has definitely inherited the sense of humor. I don't want to say my brother. My brother's more, he does think things are funny. He has a nice sense of humor, but he's more of a serious person. You know what I mean? But he is fun to talk to. He knows about a lot of things. Girl, we got a nice bronze eye. Like, you guys have never seen this eye look before. It's revolutionary. Love it. I'm just gonna pack on a little bit of a light colored eyeshadow onto my lid, and this is just gonna create a soft, really soft glam look. Like, nothing major happening here. She's just a girl on the go, getting ready with her soft glam makeup. Nothing revolutionary. The only thing revolutionary on my face right now is my blush, and I'm really into the blush. I used to not be so into cream blushes, but I'll tell you, like, it came back in, and then I started dabbling with a bunch, and I found a bunch of cream blushes I hate. Made me remember why I didn't like cream blushes, but then I've run into quite a few that I'm actually like loving, like genuinely loving. I think this is like the third time I've mentioned the Color Bloom blush from Sheglam on my channel. I'm obsessed! I'm just going to put a little bit of highlight on the brow bone, just like tap, tap, tap. Love it. Okay, now I'm gonna do some liner. I do need to move the mirror in. Things have to come in order for me to do eyeliner because I can't see what I'm doing. So I hope you guys can see me. Ooh, this skin is looking good today. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'm really excited about that. So I don't know. Sorry, I just don't talk a lot doing my liner because like I cannot concentrate on more than one thing at a time. And you guys know if this goes wrong, it all goes wrong. So I gotta concentrate on my liner. But have you guys heard about the port situation where the ports are backed up? So they're basically saying like you should buy all your Christmas presents now. And that's very overwhelming for me because I am one of those people who I could get it together earlier. I really could. But every year I say, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start Christmas shopping early. And then girl, I don't do it. I wait till the last minute when there's nothing left. So they're basically saying there's not gonna be anything left like in November. And I'm like, oh my God. So Erin just went to Target to get some stuff. And she said that the aisles are pretty empty. And I don't know if that's just because our Target hasn't restocked stuff, but it makes me a little nervous because she was like, is it the port? And I'm like, wait, I don't know. Is it? So who knows, but just a warning on that. All right, guys, I'm giving my lashes a quick curl and I'm gonna add some mascara. Just a little mascara to them. Okay, there we go. We got them curled. I'm gonna move the mirror back and we're gonna do a little bit of mascara. This is my favorite mascara. I've talked about it a bazillion times, but this is the Sheglam mascara and it just works so well. And I need her today because it's one of the only mascaras that does not transfer, because sometimes when I blink, my lashes will touch down here and the mascara will transfer and nothing makes me feel more crazy than that. Like I hate when that happens because I'll leave an event or leave wherever I was and I'll have black all up down here and I'm like, no! So this one is a little more waterproof and it definitely will not transfer. And you guys can also get 15% off this mascara with the code. All right, our lashes are looking nice and long. So now I think I'm gonna add, sometimes I don't wanna add a false lash, but I think I'm gonna add a little false lash. Lastly, let's do our lips. You know why I procrastinate doing false lashes? Because I don't always love applying them. So I'm just like, let me just wait till the last minute to do that. So I'm gonna add this BFF number 4 brown liner to my lips. And now I'm gonna add this KKW lipstick. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more of a lighter nude lipstick. I don't know about you guys, but for some reason I can never just add like one nude lipstick. I need to add like a ridiculous amount. I need to add an absolutely ridiculous amount. I can't help it. I'm gonna use Dilemma from About Face. It's gonna deepen it a little bit. Make it a little more fall-timey. Okay guys, I'm gonna add a couple of individual lashes just because I'm kind of liking the way this look is looking without a heavy false lash. So I'm thinking if I add just a few individuals, it will viva-voom me up a little bit and then like we're gonna be good. But in the meantime of me adding these tumultuous false lashes, I figured I would answer some like really popular questions I always get, but I don't always get to answer. One of them is, how's my sister doing? You know, she's doing good. Like every time she calls me, it's always a little different different. So some days she has good days, some days she has bad days. But if you guys want to know more about that situation and like why I'm talking about that, I will link the videos where I've explained a lot down below, just so I'm not repeating myself, for people who already have been known, because most of you guys know. I'm adding all these individual lashes and you can't even tell that I'm adding them. So I think I'm gonna stop doing that. What is happening right now? I think I'm gonna let this be the look. What in the world? Okay, and besides that, the other question I get asked all the time is, are you and Manny not real friends, just business partners? And that is such a funny question to me. I will say, well, duh, we're real friends. Of course we are. Anyone who asks that probably just hasn't been on the Laura Manny journey for very long, but that's okay. I understand, so I'm here to answer the question. Yes, we're real friends. We are business partners in full coverage, of course, and we have been doing more business together since the podcast, because now when we hang out, we have to plan episodes and do outlines and answer emails instead of just genuinely hanging out. So I will say we don't get to hang out nearly enough just to chill and have fun together. It's like a lot of work now, but our whole friendship hasn't been that way. It's just recently because of full coverage, but it's all good. I'm so grateful for our friendship and so grateful for full coverage. It's all been so good. So I have no complaints, and yes, we're real friends. We're real friends, girl. And I think that's like most of the questions that I get right now, and I just wanted to do this catch up with you guys and talk about like what's going on in my world. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to check out the Color Bloom liquid blushes from Sheglam. Don't forget to use the discount code I'll put right here for 15% off your entire purchase on the Shein website. They come in 8 fabulous shades, so check them out. I'll have everything linked down in the description box down below. And thank you again to Sheglam for sponsoring a portion of today's video. But with that being said, that's it for today's video. I love you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you would like to join my YouTube family. And then I think that's it. So I will see you guys later.